Hey everybody, I'm Dave Anders, and that is Zombie. To those of you that followed me over from Instagram, thanks for checking out my channel, and to those of you that have not seen me before, nice to meet you. The people on Instagram, I'm not gonna stop doing photography just to do this. I'm gonna do both. Just think about this as like YouTube Dave, and over here we have Instagram Dave, and way over there we have super creepy Twitter Dave that doesn't get out much and is a little bit weird. I guess a necessity. Everybody keeps telling me to get on Twitter, so there he is. Today we're going to talk about 3 things you don't have that you should have that can make you a better photographer. Let's count them down. Photography tool number 1, a tripod. Everyone should carry one. The stability that you bring to your images, the variety of shots you're gonna get out of it are huge. And if you don't have it with you, you're missing out. Photography tool number 2, the capture clip by Peak Designs. This one's a little less orthodox than the tripod. I've met so many people that never even heard of these or use them, but it's a great tool. And what it does is you can basically apply it to any kind of strap, like on a backpack or a belt. It's an extra hand. It's literally having an extra hand. You can go hands-free and not have to worry about holding your camera or having a heavy, like a strap around your neck. You don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. So this is another one we're gonna talk about. Number 3, this one's gonna come out of left field. It's a little weird. The crazy part about it is I've seen it on so many lists for people that I look up to. Different photographers that I think do an amazing job with their stuff, and I keep seeing it pop up on their lists of stuff to get to go with your camera. And it's a chair. Weird. First time I saw that, I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, who needs a chair? I have gotten so many, especially nature shots with animals that are more timid or reclusive. Somewhere to sit down and rest your legs while you wait for your shot is crucial. Plus, it makes you into a human tripod. One point of contact, both legs. Now you're more steady for your shots. It's gonna save your legs. You'll shoot longer, you'll shoot more accurately. You can't lose with that, right? My plan is to just kind of briefly go over all 3 things, and then in separate videos do a more detailed review of each item. But for right now, just to run through this pretty quick, let's take them to the bench and have a little bit more detailed look on what's going on each one of these. Chair, tripod, capture clip. Like I was saying earlier, I'm not gonna get super in depth into how any of these work or their functions, but I want to focus more on the specific attribute that this is going to enhance in your photography, what it's going to do for you. I'm going to do 3 spin-off videos of these later. We're going to talk about how they work, pros and cons, the benefits, but I just want to go over what this is going to bring to your photography game, like what this is going to give you that you don't have now. Nobody likes blowing money for no reason. Like, nobody wants to spend money on something and have a bad. I have like literally like drawers and drawers and drawers and drawers of stuff. I thought it was a good idea. I saw, a reviewer or an ad, and it wasn't a good idea. It's stuff that, you try it out and it's a gimmick or whatever, but these are 3 things that I do not think are gimmicky at all. They will bring a solid level of professionalism to your photography that you need. What are you doing, buddy? Zombie is he's partaking in his favorite pastime of beating up his bed. I don't know why he enjoys that so much, but he really likes it. So, hey, to each their own. So yeah, let's go over these. We're gonna go over them one at a time, and then we'll have kind of a recap at the end. And yeah, so let's get it on. Let's move some of this stuff around. Let's start with the chair. What is the importance of a chair? Comfort. Comfort is huge. If I tried to do this vlog right now, standing the entire time, halfway through, I'd be like leaning on the bench, super tired. A chair can be huge. It's just the extra stability in your shots. And there's a lot of things. There's a lot of different factors that a chair can give you. This one packs down super small. Kind of works like a tent. If you got a chair with you, your legs are gonna be fresher. You can hike further. You have more patience for your shots. There have been so many times where I've been waiting for a bird or a weasel or a fox to come out of its burrow or its nest or land. Sometimes there's nothing. Sometimes you're hiking and there's like a beautiful day and everything looks great, but there's just nothing to shoot, like there's just nothing, there's no pictures. You throw down a chair. I almost assassinated myself. Careful when you're, it takes that long to put this part, the other part goes on, you're good. Quick, it's super fast. You throw one of these down, you can sit down, you can take your time on your shot. The other thing that's great about it, let's say you do a lot of macro photography, you're much more stable when you're sitting. Like in this right now, if I was standing, I'd be, you know, back and forth, in and out. Especially with macro photography, when your depth of field is so short and you have such a narrow level of focus, you want to be as still as possible. These two work great in tandem. You get your camera set up on your tripod and you have your butt set on your chair. Super stable, right? You're not crouching down, you're not kneeling on the ground. That's not fun, nobody likes that. Sit in a chair, it's way better. Okay, number 2. Get out of here, chair. Tripod. Everybody usually has one. You'll get a steadier, cleaner shot. Ironically, the two things that get affected the most are things that are very close and very far, right? So if you do macro photography and you're down taking pictures of bugs that are this big, steady is paramount. Like, you need to be steady. And if you're doing zoom photography, like let's say you're using a 600 millimeter Sigma lens, if my hands are shaking at all, like the shot's gonna come out like crap. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be not good. So tripod is great for combating that, right? So yeah, talking. So why don't you use a tripod? Why didn't I use a tripod for a really long time? It's not convenient. You gotta have it in your bag, attached to something. It's a pain in the butt.
Hey man, I'm super sorry, dude. One second, just like 1 second.
Seriously?
It's you from the past over at the table.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, all right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's not like I'm doing anything.
When it comes to tripods and convenience, I used to go crazy trying to get my tripod in and out of my bag to take shots, especially if it's something quick. Like if you see an animal or a situation that you need to be fast on, it's a huge pain in the butt to take your bag all the way off, unbuckle it out of the bag. What I did, it's super easy and costs almost nothing. Right there, see those little zip ties? There's 2 zip ties and a key ring. And on the other point, the narrow part of the ball head right here is small enough, but I have 2 S-beaners hanging off my backpack. And so at any point, I can just reach down and clip it into my lower back and then unclip it really fast and get it out. A lot of people use water bottle holders. You have to have your buddy get it out of your bag or take your bag off. So much faster. All right, back to the bench. Hey, thanks, dude.
All right. Big shout out to the ghost of Christmas me past. That covers the tripod. Last thing is the capture clip from Peak Designs. I can't say enough good things about this. It works super well. They're very light. They're pretty affordable. They're not super expensive. It's definitely something that you think about a little bit before you buy it, but works incredibly well. And what it does is allows you to snap the base plate on your camera onto here. And what you do with that, basically jackknifes open once you release pressure on this one. One is stationary and the other has like a port through it. And that allows you to get something like this. This is actually a plate that Peak Design sells that can go underneath your belt. This can clip down on top of it, but I wanted to use this as an example to show you. So let's say this is your backpack strap. This just goes down on top. You clamp this down, twist. And now that's in, right? So now you got it locked in. So if you have this base plate on here, it's a great idea. It's awesome. It gives you that extra, woo, yeah. It gives you that extra freedom in your hands. If I was going through a doorway, getting into a vehicle, if you're doing travel photography, this would be huge. You just slide it in, now you got your hands back. This is a example of what I'm talking about. Let's say this workbench was my shoulder, and I'm gonna cut to a shot of me doing this, so we don't have to look at this horrific example anymore. Yeah, so if this was, you know, I'm out hiking around, doing my thing, living the life, taking pictures of stuff. I gotta use my hands for whatever reason. I'm gonna reach down, slide this in, and you're good to go. The great part about that is...
It was at this moment that he knew. He up.
So I lied to you guys. There's actually something more important than the 3 tools that I listed in this video. You don't have to pay for them. They're free. They're your hands, right? Your hands. Your hands are probably the most beneficial tool outside of your camera to photography that you can have. Yeah, whatever. I'm rambling. You need your hands. You want your gear to be secure. This clip does a great job of doing that. You can just slap your camera on and then go do your thing. It doesn't get better than that in my opinion. So yeah, those are my top 3 things that I would say are gonna help your photography to develop.
I think the interesting thing about all of them is, like the tripod especially, is it will challenge you to do things that are outside of your comfort level. You try new shots that you wouldn't have tried before. So in a way, those purchases, they will make you a better photographer. It's not, sometimes people say, oh, spending more money doesn't make you a better photographer. For some things it does. Like some things there's you get what you pay for. People do great stuff with cheap gear all the time. Like people get really inventive and they do amazing things with affordable gear, and then sometimes people use really expensive gear to pull off something awesome. And I apologize for Zombie's nails on the floor. They're very loud. Buddy, come here. Come on. All right. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out what I had to say about those things. Stay tuned for more in-depth reviews of the clip, the tripod, and the chair. I'll do a review on all three of those separately and more in depth to talk about their features and pros and cons. It sounds like who wants to go for a what. Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go for a walk? So we will be taking off. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing. Appreciate everybody's feedback, and thanks for tuning in. See you later.